Well, to be honest with you, I do not think anything could have been done to save you, Monsieur le Mort. But look on the bright side. It seems like you were right, Monsieur le Mort. Our friend is finally awake. I wouldn't even think about it if I were you. Trying to get up. See, you feel dizzy and lightheaded now. Lie down, please. You'll feel better. Oh, you're cold. Well, the fact that you're lying on a metal table in a morgue without a shirt on would certainly explain that. Before I answer any of your questions, I need you to answer mine, just to check that your brain works properly. Oh, yes, I was talking to Monsieur le Mort over there, but you're already acquainted, so no need for presentations. That is indeed the man you found in the alleyway. Nice fellow. A shame he passed. Does it really surprise you? Yes, I do speak to the dead. That's my job after all. Or should I say, something I've added to it to feel less lonely. Being a coroner can be fun, but it's even better when you have someone to talk to, don't you think? They do answer, yes, if you know how to listen to them, and they have many interesting stories to tell. Well, they could, of course, tell me what happened to them and how they died. They usually do, though they can't tell much details. Them being murdered, etc. They probably focus more on the fact that they're being unalived rather than what the person doing it looks like, what they sound like, so on and so forth. Monsieur le Mort here was killed by a vampire, that's a given. But he didn't see him, as the creature was holding him from behind. And everything seemed to go very quickly. Am I human? Do I look like anything else to you? True. Some creatures take human form to blend in. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am not. Let's leave it to mystery for fun, shall we? Now, what is your name? Oh, I thought it was Mulder. I'm teasing. Good. Do you remember what happened to you? Okay. Correct. You went to Alicia's place. Something happened. You probably angered her or something and Oh, I see. Payment. That makes sense. Does this mean you got interesting information from her? I can only imagine that it's at the very least valuable with all the blood she took from you. Huh. Really? Well, she almost bled you dry, you know. And it's only thanks to me that you're here, alive. Well, you couldn't remember that you were already out when I arrived at her place. I politely asked her to stop feeding on you, and she did. I do know her, yes. How? Well, you see, I am a coroner by day and a GP for the supernatural by night. And Alicia is one of my patients. I am full of surprises, yes. Now, I'll take a last look at you. Oh yes, I did examine you as soon as we arrived here. Or should I say, as soon as I managed to drag you here. That wasn't an easy task. Look at you, detective, figuring out things. Yes, this is why you're half naked on my autopsy table. Don't worry, nothing happened below the belt. I've been a good girl. And I must admit, I'm quite impressed by your physique. I mean, look at it. Your torso and arms are covered in very interesting scars. So, while you were asleep, I took the liberty to check everything, just for scientific purposes. Let's see. Your chest. 3 large lacerations. Quite deep. Healed. Old scars. Werewolf, right? I do know my stuff, yes. After all, I'm not your everyday coroner. I specialize in supernatural deaths. On your left wrist, these are sucker's marks from a huge tentacle. Am I correct? Must have hurt like hell. Where did you get these? Cultists, huh? I see. They're a weird bunch. Next, some of your ribs were broken at some point too, right? I felt it. Especially this one. Does it still hurt when I press on it? Really? And if I do this? I do enjoy the occasional pain infliction, yes. Don't you like receiving it? I think you're lying, and I have evidence to prove it. Here, you have quite a few of these. Bite marks. Same size and shape. Interestingly enough, the same as the one Alicia just gave you a few hours ago on the neck. Is it a coincidence? I thought so. I'm a good detective then. You are a bite enjoyer, and with every bite, no matter how skillful a vampire is, there's pain. It's not uncommon for some humans to get pleasure from a bite. Some hate it, some love it, and it all depends on how it is done also. I'm sure Alicia is great at it. Speaking of bites, Monsieur le Mort, your cadaver, the way he was entirely drained, it demands mastery. So, the vampire that did it wasn't a newbie or a baby bat. They tend to be extra messy, just like ghouls. Which means that you're looking for an old and most probably a powerful vampire. I know, it doesn't bode well. They hate when humans interfere in their affairs. What? Oh, really? Alicia did tell you some things then, after all. Well, If Monsieur le Mort was found in a free zone and was killed by an eminent vampire, that doesn't imply that something is afoot in their little community. I see. She advised you to find someone close to the bats to understand what's happening. Do you have anyone in mind that could help? How did you get your badge? Do you let all the people around you do the dirty work and then you just claim the reward? Of course you do. I have someone that might help. I'll give you the information, but it's not free. No, I won't bite you, though I did take a bit of your blood for research. I'll need a lock of your hair. Why? Well, that doesn't concern you. So? Great, you won't regret it. I don't think. Don't move. Perfect. Now, the information. One of my patients is a blood doll. Do you know who they are? Exactly. Humans that give themselves willingly to vampires. A living food safe, if you will. They love vampires. Most of them are even enamored with them. And, of course, they want to get the bite and become an immortal. Nothing's free, even their blood. My contact belongs to a toreador. Not my favorite vampire clan, if I'm being honest. Their love for beauty is a bit too much for me. But this contact of mine should be able to give you more information, I'm sure. I can't just give you her address like that. I'll call her, ask her if she would be willing to have you at her place. It's quite a risky thing for her to do. I'll call you as soon as I get an answer. And with that, you're all set to go. Hmm? Of course, you could have left any time. I lied a bit earlier, but it gave us the opportunity to spend a bit more time together. And isn't that fun?